Welcome back to CC's Garage. Today we're going to get back to work on the 94 convertible here, where I had a little accident back up in North Carolina last year. Going to do a few other things while we're at it. I've already got the car in the garage. Get that bright light on. Got it jacked up here, sitting on jack stand. Still got the jack under it. As you can tell, it's pushed this fender back so, which that dent was there. But you look at the car from the side, and this fender bows out really far. And then I've got to get up under here and realign this K member. Now the big thing on that is I got to figure out the best way to go about this. What usually you would do is you would take and find 2 points under the back of the car that were equal on both sides. Well, this car, I think I'm probably the third, fourth owner. It used to be a rental car. So there's being damage under the back. So I've got to find 2 points on both sides that's flat enough for me to measure across an X in both ways to make sure I get it lined up to the same point on the front. With the motor in, it's going to have extra weight. I'm also going to be putting in lower control arms at the same time, so that might make this a little easier. What I'm thinking on the motor is to come in, use a cherry picker engine hoist, lift the motor up after I undo the motor mounts. That way I just have the weight of the K member, the front end components, the rack, the steering shaft that's hooked up that might cause me a little bit of problems. But one of the things with the motor is I've got to find a good point to hook up to on either side. To lift the motor up. When I put the headers and all on, I didn't put the factory hooks back on, or they actually get in the way unless you're doing what I'm getting ready to do. And I don't want to pull the intake. I don't want to have to undo everything. I'm pretty sure somewhere around here I have at least one, maybe two, I'm hoping two, old serpentine belts. With that, I'm hoping I can go around the exhaust manifold, or the headers, on the front and the back either side, and just hook them into the engine hoist and lift it up. I just need to raise it enough to get the weight off the K member to make it a little easier to move around where I'm not fighting the weight of the engine and it being hooked to the transmission and all those points. So I'm going to turn you off, figure out how I'm going to get this set up, and I will show you and when I come back. Okay, I went ahead, I had choker straps, so I wrapped them around the manifold. Well, I didn't have a way to secure this side back, so I just used a chain to come around it. I've done lifted it up off the frame, or the motor mount, engine off the motor mounts. A little easier to see on this side. Back up in there, so that's sticking out. I went ahead and pulled the inner fender out to give me a little more room. Figure out what all I got messed up in here. I've got to work on moving the fender back forward, so I'm going to have to do a little work on these parts here. And unbolt it from the top. I'm looking while I'm in here at the frame and all that to make sure it didn't shift any when I hit the curb. Which I'm not seeing any signs of cracking in the paint, bends, or anything like that. So I've evidently just tweaked the fender really well and gonna have to pull it off. Like I said, bend these. Probably work on bending this. Oh, you can already see this is bent. See how it goes this way instead of being straight? That's where my fender's pushed back on the outside edge. So I'll have to straighten that up to get it back in place good. So now what I've got to do, can't see if you can see, come in here, there's 2 bolts here, and there's a bolt on either side of this that holds it in the into the frame. So I'll be loosening 2, all 8 of those up. And then from there, I will take and do my best to measure in a cross pattern, an X pattern, from a point on the rear end on both sides to a point on the opposite side of the K-member. So, like if I'm measuring from the driver's side at the rear tire, I will measure to the passenger side front of the K-member and then do just the opposite and make sure those numbers come up even between the two, and that should line my K-member back up. Then after all that gets done, I'll be dropping the lower A-arms, putting brand new A-arms in. This car's a 94, so, well, 2023 now. So next year it'll be a 30-year-old car. So it probably past due on those. So, but like I said, I'm going to get off here, figure out where I'm going to start with the tape measure in the back and measure both sides up and see how far I'm out, and then I'll bring you back when I figure that out. Okay, I got it set up, got it measured. Come around here and I wrote down my measurements. Of course, using a magnet to hold this here. So what it was is from the passenger side rear to the driver's side front, so P to D, 64 7/16. From the driver's side rear to the passenger side front in the same point was 64 6/16. So I'm about a 16th out. Now how I did this was I picked the same point on both sides. This will give you an idea. I come in with the tape measure, I measure to the back corner here. And just got the tape up. So, not the most accurate, because you can see I had to go across the top of the exhaust to do it. Get on around here and I'll see you. And back here, since I'm by myself, I had to have a way to hold this. So I just used an old speaker magnet I held on to. And what I did, well, drop that down. On both sides, I just come in and caught this corner right here. So what I'll do now is I'll come in and I'll loosen up. I'm just going to loosen up the bolts on the passenger side and see if I can slide it forward. So let me get that done and we'll see how we look. Okay. Looks like I'm in the shadows there. Get turned around here. I got the K-member realigned. It actually went real easy. I loosened the back 2 bolts and it popped right back into place. It might be out a 30-second from side to side. Not enough for me to worry about it. They can adjust that in with the front end alignment. The hardest problem I had was getting the motor back to set back down level. The motor mounts didn't want to set in the K-member part of the motor mounts the way they're supposed to. So I had to keep jacking it up, rotating the motor because it was cocked to one side. Finally got that back in. So now I'm going to open up a package I got today, show you what come in it. We was talking about it the other day when I was working on the stainless steel bolts and nuts for the back inside. Just going from one point to inside to outside doesn't work real well. But some of the stuff I ordered for the truck when I was doing the mirrors the other day. Let me set you down, I'll get this opened up. Okay. Hang it down. Which is coming to mail today. The new window gaskets. And the seals go between the mirrors and the doors of the truck. And then the two little stainless latch pieces. So I'll be finishing the other mirror now after this and going back to the main mirror, or the driver's side mirror, and getting all this stuff back in. But I'm not going to bore you with all that. I'll do a second time on the video, on another video. The mirrors have worked out great. I did have to go back on the driver's side and tighten it back up. Going down the interstate, once you got over a certain speed, the mirror would, the wind pressure going by would start pushing the mirror in. So now on this video, I'm gonna go ahead and loosen up this passenger side fender, see if I can get it adjusted back in. So let me shut you off here for a minute, get my tools together, we'll get it loosened up and see if we can get it to looking better. Okay, 8mm socket 1/4 inch ratchets, about all you need for this job. You'll come in, oh, I said 8mm, what'd I do? I grabbed the 7 out of the box because I had it in the wrong spot. Loosen up these 3 on the top here. Then there's 2 more down here on the bottom under the fender. Oh yeah, you can tell it's under some pressure. Well, I got inside to realize that my mic had been cut off for a little bit. So, basically, we'll go back over it. Gap looks pretty good. Little wider in the front than the back. You come down to this side, you can see gap's pretty well even. I won't be able to get that straightened out until I change the fender. You can see around here it's still a little wider, but you've got a couple of different things going on right here in the bow. Get back here. Gap's a little wide at the top, but it will work. It's not going to hit the door. I can now come down the front and look down the side like this, and I can see the bubble in the back fender where before I started I couldn't. And this side you can just same way you can see it. So, and then when I look at it from the back on the passenger side towards the front, you can just see that front fender sticking out really far. So I want to say again, thank you for watching CC's Garage. I really appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe to my videos, well, to my channel. And next time we're going to be working on putting the lower control arms on this car, and then after that we'll go get a front end alignment and figure out where we're going to go from there. But again, thank you for watching and have a good day.